Was I a cheap date?
Yes.
What?
No.
I was a cheap date?
That you chose were cheap.
Oh, I wasn't spending all my money. Yes. We met in COVID, so you couldn't really go nowhere, which was great on the pockets. When I was dating, it takes money to date. So like when we met, it was perfect because I'm like, shoot, I can meet you at the park. That was safe.
But I was saying, let's meet at the park. We had only been talking on the phone over FaceTime for some time. And then we were going to meet in person. I thought in public, low cost, doing something physical, walking around, get your steps in for the day. I thought it was great. I love the outdoors as well. So I thought it was a nod at all those things.
I wasn't spending all my money everywhere. Those two things existed for me. Yeah, they existed for me. And, you know, where this is going to go, I think it's economical to be wise in the locations that you choose for dating, especially if you are dating around, right? So I don't know if this is going to go somewhere. Maybe I don't want to invest that much.
I'll say this. I used to be a part of a young woman's group. And at the time, my mentor held a forum. There were different stages of marital status, men who were single, married, divorced, all that. And they were on a panel, and we were to ask them questions we had about men. They were believers in Christ, of course, and they were giving sound wisdom. And in that, a young man did say, he was like, I don't really take women out to eat. He was like, I go to a coffee bar or do something really low cost just because I don't know if I want to invest before I get to know somebody. And I don't want them to gauge my interest with them based off of this big elaborate place that I have or have not taken them to.
Young man of God.
You don't know if you're going to like this person or not. So regardless of where the first place you meet is food or not, it's just getting to know the person.
Correct.
So I think for me, from all those years ago, I just remembered him in that conversation and the whole expectation of he whining and dining me. It's who is he?
Correct. 'Cause I can throw all my money at you and you still don't actually know who I am. Correct.
Yeah.
I think getting to know a person, picking your location in order that y'all could actually communicate, like the movies is a terrible first date. I've been on a first date at the movies and I'm like, this is awful because you trying to talk. I'm trying to watch the movie. This wasn't a good choice. We should not have gone here. I think the location matters because the point, if you are a person that wants to get married, is you're trying to get to know the person.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a person, which I've been before, you're just trying to have fun, you can insert whatever you think fun is, then it doesn't really matter. The substance of the person doesn't really matter. The substance of the date doesn't really matter because I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm not really looking for anything serious. But when I met you, I knew that I wanted a wife. So I was trying to be intentional in the dating, and going to the park was excellent. A little fresh air, get to know the person. So we could continue to have the conversations that we were having on the phone to see if we actually liked each other.
If the match over the phone or virtually was the same like in person,
then boom, we got action. And I do think ultimately the dates became more elaborate or expensive based upon the level of interest and the commitment that we were forming with each other. For sure, once we officially got together, then we were both headed down the same track. By then, we both knew, at least you, I
we
can't
both
remember.
knew that was in the getting to know you stage. We both knew that if we were to date, we wanted to date to marry.
So we knew the road we were heading down. I knew I wanted a wife. I just didn't know if it was going to be you or not at the time. But I think being intentional about those dates is critical because, like you said, even the vibe from the phone, does the vibe from the phone transition and transfer to the vibe in person? Are you still just as funny when you can sit in front of me? Or is it a facade and a scheme that Todd set up? You have to know this thing. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So I think I only said it to say dating, actually, if I was a cheap date, because there's a lot of discourse on where you should and shouldn't take a person. And I'm going to put one of my friends' business at me. I ain't going to say their name. But she complained to me one day. She went on a date with some guy, and he took me to Super Salad.
I remember that.
And I was like, what's wrong with Super Salad? The salad is okay. But her offense was the amount that the date cost. So she associated the amount that was spent. she correlated it to his level of interest.
Yes.
And of course, we laughed. That's my friend. We laughed about it. But I don't think it's a wise way in dating and trying to get to know a person to associate those two things. That's it.
Yeah, the young man helped me a long time ago with that because I too grew up thinking that whatever the proposed date was the value that he was initially placing on you. But yeah, I think somewhere along the lines, we just gathered that as truth. And
What do you mean?
That the type of date a guy initiates.
So me saying let's meet at the park was not a lack of idea, but it definitely was free outside of parking.
No, I thought it was you taking in consideration of my interest.
I told you those two things lived together.
Okay, but to me, that's a win for both of us.
A win is a win. I took mine. Pay for the parking.
Anyway.
Argue who you say you are.
The parking was slow.
Downtown Houston. It's a lovely park.
It's a massive park, too.
It's massive. You should go. If you're in Houston, you should come.
Saw him for the first time.
The man had a dog, and I was talking to the man because he was going to breathe.
But I was so far away, and I was like, there he is. I can hear him before I see him.
That was our first in-person meeting because we met online.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. What do you think is important if people are dating, trying to get to marriage, like that's a desire, whether it be the man or the woman? What are some of the things they should be talking about on these dates? Or should the date just be like, hey, we just want to have fun. Let's see if we can have fun with each other. Or should the date be very deep? We had a picnic and now we're talking through all the things. Or should you be like us and go fake apartment shopping in high-rise apartments downtown? It was fun. We had a lot of fun with that.
We would pretend we were dating.
So
we would just go, we just want to see your models.
It was a good time.
Yeah, we love that. And it didn't cost anything.
Hey, a win is a win.
To answer your question, I think it could be a little controversial depending on the person. I would say go to have fun. Learn each other's interests. Make it real light. Even if you have an intention to be serious down the road, just to get to know somebody, I would be really light. Who are you at your most joyful state? Your most honest yet joyful place in your own life? And then see where they are. That's my answer.
But then how do you cultivate
after you know that you can
have
have fun with someone and that you can enjoy their company? I think that's when more conversation comes. And even in those conversations, we would do a little bit of both, right? We would do a little serious and a lot of fun. Quentin was more of the forward person. He wanted to know up front, how many children do you want to have? I was like, initially I wanted 4, but the older I get, I'm thinking like 2 is great. And he was like, 4? He was stuck on 4. And I was like, yeah, when I was young, I was set on 4 children. But now when we got together, I was turning 35. So it was like,
I don't know if we got time for 4.
I don't know if I want 4 anymore. I'm almost 40. He asked a lot of the questions I think sometimes women catch a lot of slack for on those first dates. Like you ask at the beginning of the first day, but I'm just saying in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Most men feel like you're desperate.
Gathering
data. Yeah. What do you want? Especially if you're deciding to wait to have sex until marriage. When you take sex out of the equation,
you can think a whole lot clearer.
You think differently, and you have more depth in your thinking. For him, it was like, what are your ideals on marriage? When you say you love Jesus, what do you mean by that?
Specifically.
And let's walk through some of the scriptures on that. How many kids do you want? It was very personal. I was taught not by anyone in particular, but just in dating. Don't really bring up those questions too fast because it will make you appear desperate. But it was only to the wrong type of man that I would appear desperate. It's all men are not really like that, especially if they want the data. Now, do we have to stay in the deep depths in the beginning? No, but it's cool to slip one of those questions in.
It's important to know if you're headed towards marriage, we know this is stuff we're going to ultimately need to know about each other. You should want to know what this person thinks and what they value. Getting married is such a consequential life move. This is the person that you're potentially going to procreate with, create another human with, maybe multiple humans. Again, she wanted 4. She was never getting 4 up out of me.
It's whatever the Lord.
The Lord would have had to give a, look, they going to have to come through together. Okay, I got my appointment scheduled. Anyway.
We have to be in agreement about that.
We in agreement. Dr. Rudy gonna get me. What I was trying to say was it is important, right? It's a consequential move. You potentially will procreate with this person. This person will have final say. Like if something
decision-making power
happens to you and you are incapacitated, medically, this person, outside of signing POAs and medical powers of attorney, most people don't do that. It's their spouse. This is the person that's going to make final decisions.
Your emergency contact.
Emergency contact, your POD
Yes.
on that bank account, pay upon death. This is the person, you're going to build a home with. Home doesn't mean home buying, but home is where the family is, right? You're going to do these things. You're going to go through life stages with this person.
Yeah.
You are going to transition with this person. You're going to get hired, get fired, quit, build something. There's so many things, so many life transitions that happens with the person that you marry. So it is important to get a lot of the data up front. So at least you have a foundation and a basis of who this person is,
Yeah.
while also still recognizing, because we grow and we evolve as we learn more things, the person may change, but as long as the foundation is there, it's great. So I think in dating, it's important to get this data.
Yeah.
For sure. I need to know what's going on over there. Okay? Before I put my chromosomes with your chromosomes. What's happening?
Take a closer look.
I'm just saying. So it's important. And so once you get past that, I think dating should be fun.
Yeah.
I think dating should be exciting. I think that y'all should do different dates that put you both out of your comfort zone. One, to help you grow, but then also you see how the other person reacts and how they handle things. I think that dating should be intimate. So if you could do something romantical, it ain't got to be romantical every day.
Sometimes the simplest things become romantic.
The time can be romantic.
What was it?
Oh yeah, at the Museum of Natural Science.
Because I know it was my recommendation, but
No, that I would have just naturally
Yeah.
come up with and been like, hey, let's go look at some butterflies.
it ended up being one of our best dates to this day.
To this day, it was great. But no, that is not something that I didn't even know they had butterflies over there. It was nice. Little exhibit, and you walk in there and the butterflies is all over the place.
I think we held a few of them.
We caught some and it was very nice. It wasn't like we were having deep, passionate conversations. And we were definitely still dating at the time.
We were.
But I think the scenery of it, right? When you go into the exhibit, it's very naturey. And then to have, it was almost whimsical to have all these butterflies flying around.
It
you.
was.
It's a different type of experience. You don't just normally walk around, there's butterflies everywhere.
It felt like it was just us in there, but it was definitely other people.
People in there.
Yeah.
It was a great date. And we didn't have deep conversation or
No, we just had fun.
enjoyed the butterflies.
Yeah.
I think there should be variety of those things. So you get to see how the other person responds, but then you also get to experience new things.
I love that. I love putting you on to new stuff that you would never do, and then you end up liking it.
On point with.
What do you call me all the time? Eclectic?
Eclectic.
Adjacent?
You are adjacently eclectic. You're not quite fully eclectic, but you are definitely on the line.
Okay.
That's how I would describe you. 1,000%.
Yes. So I like,
Talk to me offline if y'all want to know what I mean by that.
it's just
Talk
the
to
way
me
that I
offline.
explore the world around me. I'm not
Eclectic.
boxed in. Try new stuff.
Eclectic.
Yes. 'Cause-
That's my way of saying it.
But yeah, I would agree. Diving into the other person's world as far as they'll let you, and being curious, and also not nitpicky, but I would say this, just believe the data that you gather though. People do change and evolve for the better most of the time. Sometimes they may evolve in a different way and it's not the best, but for the most part, Quentin is pretty much the same person he showed up to me as on day one. And I think I can say the same for myself. Pretty much the same person. I know after motherhood that changed me just a bit, but I'm the same person. What would you say?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Pending over there.
Yes, I'm buffering right now.
But yes, he's the same man. When he's excited, when he's happy, when he's disappointed, when he's angry, it's pretty much the same. And that I can stand behind and that I can get with because he's consistent in that way. I learned a lot of these things while we were dating. Even some of the things that almost became a deal breaker for me. They still around, but they're evolving in the right direction. Everything is not going to be peachy keen in dating. And some of that is okay because that is the purpose sometimes. One of the purposes in marriage, in partnership, is that where you are strong, I may need a lot of support and vice versa. So
I'm going to push us forward into why it's also important to keep dating in marriage, especially if you have kids. So we found ourselves at one point a couple years ago, like beefing. And I actually don't know how our daughter ended up at one of the grandparents' house. They had to have asked for her to come over or something. So they asked for her to come over, and then we decided since we'll have a night off, we'll go out, and we had a really good time. And then it dawned on me. I remember thinking, oh, I do like you. Huh. Okay. It's the kid. Is you. And not that it's her that my kid was doing something. She was a baby. She was being a baby. But the stress and the energy that it takes to, first off, keep a infant to 1-year-old alive is a lot. And I really say the stress because I don't know about you, but I would constantly be thinking, okay, let me keep, okay, my baby, make sure it's safe, and okay, make sure I hold her because I don't want the neck. It took a lot of mental stuff to get through that. When I was extremely preoccupied about the safety and well-being of my child, again, I'm a first-time dad. If we had a second one, I really do believe so much would be different because we would have at least had experience. Not saying that the kid is going to be exactly like our daughter, but we definitely did not know what we did not know with the first one.
Yeah.
With this one, at least we got a little bit. Jobs, they be wanting 6 to 8 experience as soon as you graduate. Yes. Somebody give me some experience so I can get the experience. Yes. What I realized was we need a break from this. We have become consumed with being parents. She basically been here as long as we've been married. She was just cooking and she came into the world. And so that helped me to realize we still need to go date each other. We still need to go have fun.
Yeah.
We still need to get out the house and break up the monotony and the daily routine.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is I think we have fallen, I think most couples do too, we fall in the trap that every date be food. I'm like, let's go get something to eat. Because sometimes you just be wanting to eat and nobody is asking for that. I love my child dearly, but sometimes I just want to eat without somebody asking me for my food, either not eating their food, just the things.
I want to sit with you.
Now I want to sit in the hot chair. Things that come with a 3-year-old. Sometimes I just want to enjoy a nice adult beverage, even though I'm on a 90-day no liquor. Trying to see if I can get my jawlines to pop.
Yeah.
And so I think we've fallen into a trap of always eating on the dates, but they're still very refreshing. Still like a load off, and we can connect and talk about stuff. We fell into another trap as well of even when we would do those dates early on, it would still be centered around her. She wasn't here, but we would talk about her.
So one day I was like,
full of hours.
Let's not talk about Leia.
Talking about her.
But then it was difficult because it would always loop.
It would loop back to her.
Now we're much better about it.
Go to your grandparents. Go.
Yeah. Come get your child.
Come get her. Go. If ain't no blood coming out.
Correct.
If she still got all her fingers and toes.
The behavior.
It's important to maintain the connection so that we can keep the spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that, especially between the two of us, when it comes to busyness, it can get really easy to just say, oh, next time. Sometimes we'll just, if we're both free in the afternoon, you know what? Come on, let's go. Let's go for a walk, or let's take our dog somewhere. We just try to do little things that don't cost a lot. Yeah, it's the intentionality.
Cost. Now we married. I don't mind spending it. Within reason. Now, it need to be in the budget and it makes sense.
You give me a budget, I'm going to thrive in that.
That's really it. Your eyes got a little too big, so you got to keep them in check.
My dates don't be expensive like that when I come up with them. Sometimes.
So it's important to date your spouse.
Yes.
To keep that spark alive and the flame going. Because it really
You
is
be
easy
having a flame?
Sometimes. What crossed my mind was it's also a personal thing. Depends on what I got going on for the week. So if I'm bogged down with stuff that don't even have nothing to do with you or the kid, it's hard for me to even see the flame because every paper, everything I've ever done is sitting on the desktop.
It's just crazy to me. Our last date, we went to our favorite pizza spot. Quentin was so tired, but he was committed.
I turned in 2 papers.
Yeah, and plus, it was just a long week. I was like, oh, my boo trying. He trying. He here. We just here. He wasn't trying to be any kind of way. It just was what it was. So it wasn't one of those dates where we did a lot of bouncing ideas and talking and laughing and joking. It was just more of a mellow one where we did a lot of talking about TikToks and things that we sent back and forth and laughing. But it was just more of a quiet, just enjoying each other's presence type of date.
Enjoying the old space.
Yeah.
We did. We love those. So I'm glad you brought that up because it speaks to not everything has to be.
Yeah.
Some stuff can be somber and chill and it's still refreshing.
Especially when you're considering your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Go on some dates, married folk. You got to keep dating.
Keep
And
dating.
For our singles, get to know the person.
On the subject.
She believes that I was dating people that I actually weren't dating.
He was. Those were dates. He was dating.
I was going on dates. I wasn't dating, but whatever. Anyway, go on dates because it's a good opportunity for you to get to know the person.
Keep dating.
Keep dating.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, bye.